Hello everybody, welcome to MathBound, where math doesn't have to be a problem. So today we're going to be continuing on some more SAT practice. If for some reason you don't remember formulas, the test itself will be able to provide you with some pieces of information that you may utilize. Let's go ahead and do a few problems. We're going to begin with problem number 5. They give us an expression and they're asking us which of the following is equivalent to the expression that they give us. Here's one expression, here's the other expression. We're supposed to subtract them. So how do we do this? X squared times y minus 3y squared plus 5xy squared. But this negative, when it's distributed to this first term, negative times a negative becomes a positive, so I'm going to be adding x squared times y. The second term will become negative because negative times this positive becomes a negative. So we end up with minus 3xy squared. And the last one, that negative distributed to the last term, it's going to give us an addition. Negative times a negative becomes positive 3y squared. We're going to be adding like terms. So let's take a look at which of these terms are going to be similar. We have x squared times y. Let's see, where do we have an x squared times y? Here it is. Then we have a minus 3y squared, only y squared right there. So here it is. Minus 3y squared is going to be added with this plus 3y squared. And lastly, we're going to have 5xy squared minus 3xy squared. Once I combine like terms, x squared times y plus x squared times y. Turns out we have two of those. So that's just 2x squared times y. Then we have this minus 3y squared plus 3y squared. This is negative, this one is positive. They're going to undo each other. They're going to cancel each other. So they just go away. Lastly, I have 5xy squared minus 3xy squared. So when we subtract 5 minus 3, this is just 2xy squared. Which one of these four looks like what we just got? Here it is, 2xy plus 2xy squared. The answer, C. Let's take a look at another problem. Number 6. I do not like word problems, so the first thing I'm going to do is figure out what the task is. Based on the model, what is the estimated increase in inches of a boy's height each year? When I look at this, immediately I'm thinking about slope. Each year something is happening. What's happening? Well, the boy's height is changing. But what's that increase? What is that change? Well, let's take a look at what the problem actually says. A pediatrician uses the model above to estimate the height age of a boy in inches in terms of the boy's age, A, in years between the ages 2 to 5. So A represents the number of years. 3 is your slope. If you remember, a linear equation looks like y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept, your starting point. Great. So since we're looking for the rate, what we're looking for is this slope, this m. In this case, it's just 3. Just by looking at the equation, we can figure out what that is. And here it is. Number 7. Okay, so number 7. They're giving us a big expression. They're giving us a lengthy problem. Personally, I'm going to go straight for the task. Usually the task is at the end of the words, at the end of the sentences that they give. And here it is. Which of the following gives P in terms of M, R, and N? So they're asking us, hey, give me a function that looks like P is equal to some function in terms of M, R, and N. Great. Notice, P is being multiplied by everything inside of these blue bracket. If we're solving for P, we need to undo this multiplication. We do that by dividing both sides by whatever it is that I have inside of these brackets. So I'm going to end up with an equation that reads P equals M divided by everything here. R over 1200 times 1 plus R over 1200 to the n, and then that is being divided by the denominator 1 plus r over 1200, all that to the n minus 1. Great, but we normally do not have a division and then another division. When we have something like this, when we have a fraction being divided by another fraction, we can just multiply by the reciprocal of the fraction that we're dividing by. So we're going to end up with p equals m times 1 plus r over 1200 to the n minus 1 divided by r over 1200 times 1 plus r over 1200 to the n. Do we have anything within our possible answers that looks something like this? D and C are out of the question. I know I can't cross out anything because there's that subtraction. So it looks like B is the answer because we have m being multiplied by this big expression. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, if I can be of any assistance, let me know. But until then, have an amazing day. We'll see you next time, and you guys take care.